Greetings, it's the New York Thrifter, and I'm here today on a Wednesday to let you know how my reselling day went. So first off, I did go thrifting, of course. There is a chain in the area that has surprise 50% off days. And so they text you the night before to let you know the next day is going to be 50% off. And so there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's pretty much whenever they feel want to drum up more business, I guess. But I always try to get to them. They are a Savers affiliate, and I absolutely love their pricing strategies because they will take the absolute highest designer brands and put them for $8, 50% off. And they'll also take Banana Republic and Loft and put those up at like $50. So it's really interesting what they do, but it works for me because I know what I'm looking for. So let's go through the pile that I was able to thrift today. First up is this Lily Pulitzer, size extra small, $8, so that was $4, half off. And with Lily Pulitzer, you can always check what kind of dress you have, at least with the modern ones, here on the tag where you have the style written right there, as well as the date. So this is February 17, a pretty recent dress. This is called the Macy's Swing t-shirt dress, and new, it can go for around $60 reselling on eBay and used between $30 and $40. Because it's extra small, I'll probably list it a little closer to that $30 mark. Now, these are two Vince pieces, silk dresses. Both were $14.99, half off, so together they cost me $15. And one is a navy abstract print. The other is geometric, and it is in black and white. Now, I love selling Vince. It usually does very well for me. These can go between probably $30 and $40. I'll probably list them at around $36.99 and take best offers. Oh, let me show you these tags. There's two different tags. This one is the more modern Vince tag, while this one is their older style. Both I find do really well because Vince doesn't ever really go out. They don't make fad clothing. And so what they do make can last for years style wise. This was an amazing find. This was Armani Collezione, which I probably butchered, size 12, great size. It was $30 half off, so I paid $15. It is a strapless black floor-length gown. This is a formal gown. Definitely can be used for a formal wedding or a major event. Now, I am going to be getting this dry cleaned. So not only did I spend $15 on the gown, I'm also going to spend probably another $10 or $12 on getting it dry cleaned just so it's in perfect condition. But the return on this on eBay is between $130 and $150. So obviously I had to get it, and I don't mind the extra work to get it cleaned. I have a Ted Baker dress here, and here's the tag for Ted Baker, an English designer. And it says size 1. When you look it up on Ted Baker's site, size 1 is a 0 or 2, which is extra small. And you can see from the piece itself, it definitely is extra small. Now, this is kind of a modified plaid print. It is a wiggle dress in the sense that it is very, very body conscious and hugs the body and tends to be a little bit longer, falling below the knee. I would imagine I can get about $50 for this online, hopefully. And I did spend $7.50 with that half off price. And everyone's going to recognize this brand. We've got Madewell. Now, Madewell is another one that has the style number written right on the tag. So this is style F8573. And it was made in 2016. So it's a little bit of an older piece, but again, very much in style. Once I looked up that number, I found out that this is called the Buffalo Sketch Zip Front Dress. It is a size large, and I paid $4 for it. Now on to a couple designer pieces. This is a jersey dress by Stella McCartney. a very influential fashion designer. I paid $4 for this, and as you can see, it is going to be great for the summer because it is made from a very light, flowy fabric. It does have a tie that goes around the waist, and I'm going to hopefully be able to sell this online for around $50+. If anybody saw my video where I went to London and looked at their thrift shops, there was a Stella McCartney piece there that had a great embroidery on it that they wanted like $80 for. So this is a brand that is very well respected. She's also known for doing initiatives, green initiatives, to try to get rid of waste. And so this dress in particular is made out of bamboo, which is a very easily renewable source. Now another designer. This is, and it's going to be very hard to read it, but this is Jonathan Simkai. And Jonathan started designing, or his own design line, I should say, in around 2010. And now he shows at New York Fashion Week. He dresses people like Amal Clooney, very, very famous designer. This is one of his bodycon dresses. He doesn't make a lot of these bodycons anymore. He's kind of moved on to a more flowy floral style. But they can do well, very well, in fact. I'm looking for this to get probably listed at for $99.99 on eBay. And hopefully somebody out there is going to a great party and they're going to want to wear this. Now, we've just saw this brand, but I also have it in a blazer. This is the Armani Collezione again. And I got this for $6.50. It is just a bright red jacket with some big buttons on it. This particular line in Armani is definitely known for their career wear. And so this is something that really kind of epitomizes the brand. And so for this, it would sell for between $20 and $60 on eBay, just depending on what you price it at and what the market bears. But something else that you can do with this brand is send it into ThredUp Luxe, where the payout is between maybe $30 and $40. So it's really up to you whether you want to take pictures and post it and sell it yourself, or just send it in to an online consignment. Now, the reason why I recommend it with the blazer but not the dress is because the Armani dress, it looks like, would only fetch probably about $20 or maybe even $30 on the ThredUp Luxe program. And so, like I said, this Diffusion label is known much better for their blazers, and so you have a much better time at getting your full amount of money online consigning with the blazer. Now, this next one is not designer. Instead, it is hot with a bit of the younger crowd. Anybody that watches Resellers will probably recognize the Chaser brand. Now, this is a little bit different from what you're used to seeing. This is a short sleeve open cardigan in just a very plain gray. I spent $4 on it. Now, Chaser is better known for their t-shirts with graphics on it. For the t-shirts, it's not uncommon to get $30 or $40. We're probably looking at about $20 to $30 for this just because it is plain, but for $4, hopefully it's going to be a really fast sale, and because it has those short sleeves, good for the spring going into the summer. And I am going to end the haul with a St. John. I am on different Facebook groups for Poshmark and eBay. And on Poshmark, people often ask, I found a St. John, it's expensive, should I get it? And the answer is going to almost always be yes. St. John has a tremendous resale value. It costs thousands and thousands of dollars new. Even their vintage tags, which this is a St. John collection by Marie Gray, does very, very well online. So when I saw the $24.99, and so that would be $12.50 half off, it didn't bother me at all to pay that price. So here what we have is a two-piece suit. So it is in a beige color, and it has a little bit of metallic threading going through it. And it does seem to be a little bit dingy, so I am going to get this dry cleaned. But this is just a really, really great example of a St. John piece. And so it's got kind of the more pencil skirt. Now, this does have a knit to it that you have to check for holes, because St. John is kind of infamous for getting little moth holes eaten in the fabric. So you do want to go around, make sure that it's in really good condition. Even if it wasn't in good condition, we're still talking $50, $60, $70 for a suit. Now with this one, I do believe that it is hole free, and so prices for it can range between $150 and $300. So for all of those people who are on Facebook groups wondering, is St. John a good pickup, I would reply with an absolute yes. If you see this brand tag, I suggest getting it. Even if I have to pay up for it, I still will. So there, in a nutshell, is my thrifting for this Wednesday. And because I spent all of this money, next up, I'm going to show you sales from yesterday that will hopefully make up for what I spent. But don't hold your breath. As many of you know, I'm in the middle of rebuilding my eBay store. I stopped listing around, I want to say, the end of December. About a week and a half ago, I decided to restart. I am trying to list as much as I can, and I am seeing sales slowly come in. As long as those numbers are going up, I'm happy. So yesterday I did make 2 sales for a total of $61.97. First up, I sold this pair of mother jeans for $29 best offer plus $4.99 in shipping. The reason I let them go for so low is because they did have some puckering in the front. And I also sold this Robert Graham women's button-down shirt for $24.99, which was full price plus $2.99 in shipping. So again, only 2 sales, but $60, so not too bad. During this time in most of my videos, I try to give you some hints or tips on reselling, talk about different brands or different techniques that I use. But today's going to be a little bit different because I did have a goal of listing 20 pieces of my wholesale order from Victoria's Secret, and I failed pretty hard at this. I listed 3 pieces today, which is not going to be very good for my sales, but I just couldn't make it happen. My husband is out of town. I have the 2 young sons, and I also have a full-time job that I work at. And so sometimes you're going to fail, and that's okay. I got this question from my last video, and it was very apropos of what I'm talking about here. She tries to list 10 pieces a day, cross-posting on both Poshmark and eBay, and that's very difficult, if not impossible on some days. And I'm here to say, you're right, it is impossible. Balance is not something that a lot of us achieve easily. If I do have any advice for people that are trying to really ramp up their stores like I'm doing right now, I would say try to do as much as you can in batch operations. Doing one-offs or just a few pieces at a time is not really the way to go. Instead, when you're sourcing, make an effort to not buy 5 pieces. Make an effort to go somewhere where you will know you can pick up a dozen pieces. When you're photographing, don't photograph 3 pieces at a time. Get everything clean and prepped and photograph 10 pieces of clothing at a time. Same when you're listing. If you can get into a flow by doing things in batches, this could make it easier for you to get up more inventory into your stores. So I'm going to end this video by wishing everyone out there good luck in all your goal setting, and I will meet you back here tomorrow where hopefully I will have better news about my listing and my goal setting along with another haul video. Have a great night.